Okay, welcome to health class. Our first chapter that we talk about is leading a healthy lifestyle. To understand leading a healthy lifestyle, we have to understand what affects our current lifestyle. In the past, it was things such as infectious diseases. Okay, those are your polios, your rabies, things that you could catch from somebody else. Now it's things, our health problems are caused by our unhealthy lifestyles, the choices we make. They cause diabetes, heart disease, cancer. Those are just some examples of lifestyle diseases. So it went from infectious disease to lifestyle disease. Those lifestyle diseases come from the things we eat. Do we eat too much junk food? Do we smoke? Do we do drugs? Do we watch TV? Are we inactive? Are we up and moving? Are we healthy people? That's what determines our lifestyle diseases. And that's what's killing us today, are those diseases. There are all kinds of risk factors that cause these. That is anything that increases the likelihood of injury, disease, or health problems. Some are controllable. You can control some risk factors by making choices about your behavior. So you choose not to smoke, that's controllable. Some are uncontrollable. Those things have to do with your age, your race, your gender, and heredity. Some things, diseases, have more of a risk for boys versus girls, or such as Alzheimer's affects older people usually. Those are uncontrollable risk factors. This one shows some controllable risk factors. There's physical activity, smoking, weight, and diet. They're pretty obvious. Bad would be watching TV often. Better would be walking stairs and taking an elevator. And even best would be playing on a sports team 3 times a week. And it just sort of moves through that pretty simply. So smoking every day, bad. Better, smoking every so often. And best would be not to smoke at all. Risk factors in your health, you can protect your health by focusing on controllable risk factors. So if we focus on not doing the things that we can control, the better. Now, leading causes of death in people in your age group, be aware of the leading causes of death. So we need to know what is causing death in your age group, and we're going to look right now. We're going to put you in the 15 to 24 category. I realize you may be younger than that, but remember high school class. So we're going to look at the 15 to 24. So the leading cause of death for you is motor vehicle accidents. The second there is homicide. Then we have, no, it's not the second. I'm sorry. We have other causes as second. The third would be homicide, then suicide, and then other accidents. So it's important that you understand these leading causes of death falls within motor vehicle accidents. For all ages, we have heart disease, cancer, we have heart disease, other causes, cancer, strokes, and then respiratory disease. Make sure you get these pie graphs into your notes, please. And I will undo some of my marks for you, I think. Or not. So make sure you get those pie graphs into your notes. 6 health risk behaviors. These are mandatory in your notes. These are what they consider to be risk to you. Sedentary lifestyle, that's sitting on your bum, doing nothing. Alcohol and other drug use, sexual activity, behaviors that cause injury. This could be suicide. This could be deciding to jump off a bridge because your friend did. That old saying, if he did it, would you jump off a bridge? Tobacco use, and then our last health risk behavior for you, and what they consider in your age, is poor eating habits. Make sure you get all 6 of those. And so what risk factors do you think are the most common at your school? We're going to talk more about that. The 6 components of health, these we've talked about a little at this point in class, but it is very important that you know the definition of health is the state of well-being in which all the components of health are in balance. So when you have all 6 in balance, you're good to go. That would be considered healthy. And those 6 components are physical, emotional, social, mental, spiritual, and environmental. So when you have all 6 of those in balance, you're considered to be truly healthy. This talks more in detail about each one. Physical health refers to the way your body functions. Emotional health involves coping with your feelings and expressing them in a positive way. So it's important that you know emotional is coping and expressing. Social health is the quality, not how many, but the quality of your relationships with your friends, family, teachers, and others. Then we have mental health. This is the ability to recognize reality and then cope with the demands of life. Oops. And then to cope with them. Spiritual health. This is having a spiritual direction and purpose. Okay, this includes your ethics, morals, and values. We all have to have ethics, morals, and values. And so we'll talk about those when we get to spiritual health. And then environmental health. This is making sure your air, water, and are clean. You have safe food, and you have land to live on. If we destroy it, we don't have it anymore. So here's your 6 components of health, a little bit more detail. Feel free to pause the video right now, read through them, just make sure that you can check off those boxes. The wellness continuum. This is striving for optimum health, which would be all of our goals. Wellness is a continuum ranging from death to optimal health, which is our goal, is optimal health. So we go from death to illness, from illness to average health, from average health to improved health, and from improved health to optimal health. Make sure you have this scale, not this particular drawing, but that you know the order, and have that in your notes. You can choose your behaviors to move closer to optimal health. So those are choices you make. Can't emphasize that enough. They're choices you make. So there are influences on your wellness. This is your hereditary influences. So if there's something hereditary in your family, there's some diseases that are. There's social influences. So you're making decisions based socially. There's cultural influences. So if there's a common food to eat in your culture that may be bad for you, that would be a cultural influence. And then there's also environmental influences. And so if you're living in a city with smog and it's making your lungs not function properly, that would be an environmental influence. Okay, so you have to take charge of your wellness. You have to make those choices. So knowledge, you need information to make good choices about your health. So the more knowledge you have, the more good choices you can make. Again, that word choices. Lifestyle, you can improve your health by making behavioral changes to your lifestyle. We have to live a healthy lifestyle. That's why when people say they're going to lose weight and go on a diet, I tell them it has to be a lifestyle. And then your attitude. You have to make sure that your attitude is focusing on being a healthy person. We're almost done. Just bear with me. There are 4 ways society can address health problems. That's medical advances, technology, public policy, and education. So if we're focusing on those 4 things, we're improving our health. It is very important that you find something to be an advocate for. To advocate is to speak or act in support of something. So volunteer at a clinic, take meals to the elderly, promote health issues at your school, train for a career in health, and set a good example. It is very important that you find something to advocate for. I think you guys understand that I'm a pretty good advocate for eating healthy and being physically fit. That's something I really believe in, and I think it's important to a healthy life. And then what can you do? Get your point across, be informed, and know your limits. Last, what I'm going to leave you with is when the character of a man is not clear to you, look at his friends. Okay, so when you're not sure about somebody, look at their friends. That says a lot about them usually. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you get all this in your notes. Peace out.